What's up, guys? This is Coach Mike with Gracie Baja Princeton. Wanted to talk to you guys about something that's very near and dear to my heart. Got the red and black lumberjack on today. It's, unfortunately the days of 60 and 70 degree highs are over. So broke it out. It's nice and comfy. I don't have the hat to match quite yet. I will get it soon enough. Man, but what I want to talk about today is really around what I call the hustle or the grind. And, I think there's been some kind of miscommunication out there in terms of, like, our culture today feels like it's like this badge of honor to be always grinding, working, getting stuff done, work. And I absolutely, that's part of work ethic and committing to something. But everybody needs to understand that there is a spectrum there. And you can 100% go way too far with the time you put into a work or craft. I see it so much, and I think somebody who's been talking a lot about this and who I think is very smart and very experienced and knows exactly what he's talking about is Gary Vee. And Gary Vee is obviously a very successful businessman, and he preaches that you have to put in the time and the effort to really succeed and be in that top 1% or 2%. But what people may misunderstand what he's trying to say is you have to make the time for you. You have to be able to make the time to relax, to recharge your batteries, get your mind right on a consistent basis. This idea that working 80 hours a week, 100 hours a week is cool and is a badge of honor is total BS. Here's what's going to happen. People who are out there right now are always saying, I got to get this, I got to get to this level, this status, we got to make this money, whatever it may be. By the time you actually get there, you're going to realize that it's too late. You're going to already have pushed away your loved ones. And unfortunately, like, I understand most people, they have very good intentions that they're trying to build this life or get to this, status in terms of security for their loved ones. All right, so that's like, hey, I got to keep working, I got to keep grinding, blah, 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 blah. But the reality is you're losing out on the most valuable thing in the world, and that is your family and your loved ones and your friends. And so, I think, it happens to us. I get it. We get into this habit of, man, I don't have time. I hear that all the time, right? Life gets in the way. I can't come to jiu-jitsu or I can't go to the gym anymore. And we start to put on all this weight, and we start to eat bad. And I don't have the time. Man, you have to make the time. It is on you 100% to make the time. And guess what? You know what's most valuable is you and your body, right? You can't be like a really good father, a really good husband, a mother, a brother, whatever it is, when you're completely burnt out, when you're 30 pounds overweight, and you're on the verge of having heart disease. All right? Like, people have to get this straight. So what has to happen is you need to have these conversations, they're very serious conversations you have to have with your significant other, and make the time in your lives for you and them to be able to get away, turn off the phone, take a walk, go to the gym, do whatever you do that makes you happy and that is active, that helps you get that inner peace and recharge, okay? So, because before you know it, your life's going to be over, and maybe you've achieved that goal, maybe not, but guess what? You're divorced now. Unfortunately, this happens. I've seen it too many times where you're trying and you're grinding to do all these things, and you end up pushing away all your loved ones. So it's not cool to grind for 80 to 100 hours. I mean, I get it maybe when you're in a startup, right? And you're in this period of time, this finite period of time, where, man, you gotta put in the work, and that is totally acceptable. But it is a finite amount of time. That is not sustainable ever. Okay. So I've learned this the hard way. I'm really grateful for myself for the past year and a half that I've kind of been pulled out of that mindset. But anyone that tells you like this is the way you always got to do it, they've never gone through it long enough to experience that burnout, because you will burn out. So don't listen to those people. Understand, put things in context. You can do that stuff. You have to give yourself breaks, though. You have to protect yourself, protect your family, make sure your mind is right. You're gonna see how many other wonderful things there are in life, and you're gonna be really happy at the end of the day when you have that great work-life balance. So that's what I want to talk about today. Just a reminder about that, guys. You always have to have that great work-life balance. You have my permission. That probably means nothing, but I'm telling you, give yourself that permission to take the time during the week, whether it's on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly, taking off a couple days, whatever it is. You make the time. It's on you 100%. All right, guys? Have a great week. We'll see you on the mats. Thanks.